What's up, Cinemaniacs? I am here, and who am I? I am Shane Moore from the Cinebros, also the Movie House Maniacs. You can find me at both spots, and what I am doing here today is to bring you my review of Castaway in Space, also known as The Martian. So just to recap this week for me, on Monday, I was supposed to go see The Walk. I had a screener to go see The Walk. On Tuesday, I had a screener to go see The Martian. On Wednesday, I had a screener to go see Sicario. How many of those movies did I get to see? 0. And I'm super happy about it. So instead, I went out last night with my brother to go see Ridley Scott's next epic adventure, and that is The Martian, starring Matt Damon and a handful of supporting cast that is just out of bounds. You have Jessica Chastain, you have Chiwetel Ejiofor, you have Kate Mara. She's not the biggest star, but she's very good. And the Winter Soldier himself, Sebastian Stan. And yes, I'm gonna kind of bring it back to the MCU a little here because, well, when you see the movie, you'll understand. We also got a great performance out of Sean Bean. And the biggest thing with Sean Bean's character is I was just waiting for him to like have a heart attack or get impaled by something. Not really impaled by something. I was just waiting for him to croak. I was waiting for him to die because he's the guy that just dies in everything. Okay, I wasn't really thinking that he was gonna die, but it did pop into my mind a couple of times. This cast that we had, this huge ensemble that they put together for The Martian was amazing, and they all did a really good job. Now, I specifically didn't say great because I don't feel like anybody gave that great groundbreaking performance or career performance, but I felt that every single performance was very, very good, especially Matt Damon. Matt Damon did such a good job portraying this character, Mark Watney, and what happened to his character is, this is not a spoiler, don't worry about it, it's not spoiling anything. If you've seen the trailer, you know what I'm going to talk about. If you've read the book, you know what I'm about to say. Mark Watney and his team are about to leave Mars, and what happens is, he's about to get ready to go, he gets struck by something and gets taken off where nobody can see him, and due to significant weather that's happening on Mars, they have to leave or the whole mission is going to be a failure. So they leave thinking that he is dead. Well, he survived. If he died, it would have been a very short movie. And that's where you get to see Matt Damon. This is another one of his performances where you actually get to see not only his great skill, but his wide range of skills. He can do comedy, he can do action, he can do sci-fi, he can do drama, he can do it all. And he shows you that huge range in this movie. He is an extremely likable guy, even when he's stranded on Mars. And I think that is one of those things that Ridley Scott actually did a very good job of doing. Not only was Matt Damon's performance extremely well done, but also you got some fantastic looks at the landscape of what Mars might look like. And I thought that they shot it so incredibly well that you actually enjoy just looking at the landscape like, oh my gosh, I wonder if that's what Mars is really like. I mean, they basically shot Matt Damon on a desert and they made it look kind of cool. And that kind of leads me into like my biggest problem with the movie is that you need this connection between Mars and Earth. And in this movie, I feel like there is a little bit of a disconnect. Not really. I mean, it's more than that. I just didn't feel the actual struggle that everybody was having back at Earth. Like, I did buy the performances. I thought that Chiwetel Ejiofor did a fantastic job. Jeff Daniels did a very good job. And those were some of the characters that you see back at home. And I'm not really 100% sure what it was. I can't really put my finger on it, but there was something, a little something missing. And I think it was just the connection between Matt Damon's character, Mark Watney, and Earth, and maybe even his other crew members. Like, I bought that they were tight, but I just didn't feel the emotional connection like I did with a movie like Castaway. Castaway was so incredibly powerful, and it could just be because Tom Hanks' performance was amazing. And they just let him tell the story being on that island. Two very optimistic characters between Mark Watney and Tom Hanks' character in Castaway, and they just do whatever they can to solve every problem that comes their way. They can fight and do whatever they can to survive. And the story of The Martian was told pretty brilliantly. I felt like it flowed a little bit better in Castaway, but The Martian was very well done. I just feel like some of the scenes towards the end dragged on a little bit, and it left you a little kind of yawny. But this movie did have a lot of humor in it, did have a lot of action, had some serious suspense, and it really showed everybody coming together to try and save this one person, Mark Watney, who was left and stranded on Mars. And in that, it did a very good job of being a very heartwarming kind of movie. So if I'm going to rate this movie, I am going to give this movie a rating of 8.5 out of 10. Now, the more I see this movie, the more I could like it. The more I see it, the more I could dislike it. But as of right now, I really enjoyed the film. I think you guys will enjoy it as well. And if you get the chance, you should probably even see it in 3D. And I do not say that very often, but I really didn't mind the 3D. There was one little spot in there, a good 30-second, maybe a minute chunk of time where the 3D glasses kind of played tricks on my mind and were really bugging my eyes out for a few seconds. But that scene didn't seem to bother my brother very much, so it could have just been me. It probably was. So The Martian, starring Matt Damon and this all-star supporting cast, is definitely a movie that you should go see. And if you have already seen it, what did you think about it? So let me know what you thought in the comment section below. Did you like my review? Let me know what you thought about that in the comment section below. Please give it a like if you're on Facebook. And if you're on YouTube, give it a thumbs up. But most importantly, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/themoviehousemaniacs. I hope you enjoyed this review, and I hope you guys have a great time at the movies this weekend. Peace!
If you watch the show on YouTube, please click that thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. And thank you for watching.